Now let's get back to our pizza calculator. Essentially, what we want is to be able to specify the pizza in inches that we want to buy because of some special offer or because some pizzas only come in certain sizes, whatever it may be. And we also want to specify the number of people to feed. So let's say that this was, I don't know, we had 6 people coming over, right? And we'll also specify another constant, which is called slices per person. So according to Domino's, the world experts in pizza, the ideal slices per person is apparently 3. Now, I like to be a little bit more generous than that, especially for myself. So let's say that everybody gets 5 slices of pizza. So now I want to be able to set all of these variables and then calculate how many pizzas I should buy. So I'm going to create another computed property called number of pizza. And this, of course, is going to be an integer because you can't buy half a pizza, at least not where I'm from. And we're going to create a getter that is going to compute how many pizzas we need to buy whenever we try to access this property, number of pizzas. And this is pretty easy because we can say that number of people fed per pizza is equal to the number of slices divided by the slices per person. And then in order to figure out the number of pizza we need to buy, we can simply return the number of people to feed divided by number of people fed per pizza. And now our computed property is a read-only property because it only has a getter. It doesn't yet have a setter, but it means that we can simply print out number of pizza for the current settings. So these are 12-inch pizzas that we're buying. We've got 6 people in the house and everybody's going to eat 5 slices of pizza. So down here we've got the result. We need to buy 6 pizzas. Simple, right? So if at a later date we decide to change some of these stats, say we're buying larger pizzas, we're buying 16-inch pizzas and we've actually got a lot more people coming, we've got 12 people in the house and everybody only wants 4 slices because I don't know why. Now in this case, when our code updates, we didn't have to call a method or update anything or, run some piece of code again. Without doing anything, when we try to access number of pizza, the getter gets called and our code dynamically works out how many pizzas we need to buy. Now, what about the opposite situation? Say we have a bunch of leftover pizza in the fridge and we want to know how many friends we can invite over to play Mario Kart. So we can use a setter in this case to work out the number of people we can feed. So instead of just having a getter, so a read-only property, we're going to add a setter as well. And we're going to say let total slices equals number of slices multiplied by new value. So remember that previously we learned that new value is simply the new value that this property is going to be set to. And this is always spelt in this way, and you can't change how it's spelt or how it's written because it's predefined in the setter. So now that we've got the total number of slices, we can change the number of people to equal the total slices divided by slices per person. So now we have to change the number of people to a var so that it can be modified. And we can print the number of people as we change the number of pizza. So let's say that we've got, 4 pizzas left at home. Now at this stage, I'm saying number of pizza equals 4. So I'm setting number of pizza and this block of code will trigger and we're going to calculate the number of people that we can feed with 4 pizzas that are 16 inches. And that is 12 people. So I can invite 12 people over with all of my pizzas in my fridge, which is pretty neat to know. So through using computed properties and getters and setters, we've been able to write this pizza calculator in a very simplified way. And you can see that our code updates dynamically whenever we change the values of its dependents. So for example, if I change the number pizza, I get a new number of people that can be fed. And this means that all I have to change are these 3 values up here, and everything else I don't need to touch ever again. And that minimizes errors, makes our code more dynamic and more maintainable and easier to understand. So that is the beauty of computed properties. And so essentially, all that we're doing is we've basically just implemented a spreadsheet where we change any of the dependent variables, say the pizza size, then everything else will get updated accordingly depending on this change.